Well, now remember,
faith that it's going to fit.
Now remember, we can set it up where the kids only see the waist up, so
Yeah.
you don't have to go full get up.
Full get up on the Santa suit.
Just trying to help you out the best I can. Since Dave's the one kind of threw you under the bus on that one.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hi, and welcome to our Facebook Live broadcast. This is David here at the Patch office in Spencer, West Virginia. And you're watching our Facebook Live broadcast of Help Desk with Joe. And this is show number 42 as part of our podcast and live Facebook broadcast. And we're now getting ready to go live for our podcast. This is David with Patch Turned Up in our studio in Spencer, West Virginia. You're listening to Help Desk with Joe with our host Joe McDonald and A&M Digital Technologies. This is show number 42 of our podcast series. Make sure to tune in for more podcasts, information, and music. All right, well, show number 42, Joe. We are just rocking right along.
Yes, we are. We are cranking them out right and left.
Yep, and we have Justin here joining us again this week, which is fantastic. He adds a little spice to the deal here. He's wearing a Santa hat because it's Christmas season.
Becoming a bit of a recurring guest.
Yeah,
Maybe even regular.
I was going to say, I think you're a moderator at this point.
Yep.
No longer able to carry that guest title. So
Yeah, he brings some stability to the insanity.
yeah, some consistency. So, but we're here. Show number 42 is exciting stuff. So it's great to crank out the shows and keep this going, even through the COVID and all the tough situations we have going on. We're still able to continue the show, and had to do it remotely a couple times, but now we're back in the studio, and that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's much, in my opinion, I feel a lot more comfortable when I'm actually able to see you guys, when we actually have a real conversation than trying to do it all delay. Although the Microsoft Teams setup we had a couple weeks ago, that was been about the best alternative that I found.
Yeah, it's fun to do that remote a little bit, but I do like seeing everybody in person. I think the conversation flows a little better. You don't have to wait for the lag, and seeing each other's expressions in live time is always good.
Right.
But either way, all right, well, let's get on. You know, as usual, the 3 news updates of what's happening this week in the technology world, and then a little product review. So we'll start out with tell us about Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay, so Cyberpunk 2077 is a brand new game that was released last Thursday.
Okay.
And boy, did it not take long to hit the bad list.
Really?
Yes. So as it launched Thursday, and already as of yesterday, the production company was already sending out apologies. So if you purchased Cyberpunk 2077 or are thinking about purchasing it, if you're going to purchase it for the PS4 or the Xbox One, you may want to hold up just a little bit. There was actually a thread started on Reddit about the game that had more than 10,000 comments in detail some of the biggest issues players have spotted, including textures taking a long time to load, blurriness, and then signs showing debug context, which is kind of error code popping up while it's in the middle of gameplay.
Really? So it's kind of crazy in this day and age to release a game like that and it not be at least fairly stable.
Well, see, I'm with you on this one, because I always think of like the older games. They had one shot at it.
Yeah.
And if they released a stinker, then they was marked. For example, E.T. on the Atari.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, that's back in the day when you had to buy the cartridge and there's nothing you could do about it.
Right.
Now I'm assuming they just do patches and updates.
Yeah, it's almost standard policy now. It's like, yeah, we'll send a stinker out, but just wait, we'll send an update and fix it. It's like, why don't you delay it a month and actually send the right product out at the beginning?
Yeah.
And not have to deal with this. But apparently it's quantity versus quality. And according to the video game site Polygon, they are citing live streaming of PS4 and Xbox One gameplay. The game has crashed multiple times and experienced issues like freezing. So even people that are live streaming are able to show live that there's huge issues with this game.
Do you think it's fiscally driven, or is it just something that's the norm now? Like, do you think that they listen, we got to get it out the door and get some money coming in? or is it just like the norm of, well, release it and we'll just fix it and it'll be okay?
I think it's a little bit of both, and I think it's something that has to do with the new Xbox and new PS5 out, that they probably spent a lot more time and resources on those consoles, make sure everything's primed and polished, and just kind of threw it together on the Xbox One and PS4 format, and now they're stepping back on. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now we have to fix it. So as of yesterday, Monday, the company apologized and offered refunds to players who were disappointed in the game's performance after days of complaints over glitches and poor visuals on some of the platforms following its last week release.
Boy, oh boy. Well, I don't know enough about the games. I kind of wish Kale was here, because Justin, you don't play any of the games, right?
No, I saw an ad just pop up randomly the other day. So now that you're bringing it up, but it's like Keanu Reeves is a kind of big part in it. He's basically, his likeness is used throughout the game.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one either, but I'm with you, Justin. I've saw several ads over the last week with Keanu Reeves and all that, and all this hoopla and advertising about it, and I thought, well, it must be a pretty big game if Keanu Reeves is signed on with it, and then now seeing this is like, oh man, they really missed the boat on this one.
Yeah, the reviews, I pulled it up here and looked at the reviews are pretty rough. 3.3 rating on a 5-star deal, and a couple of comments. One of them is, this game's been in production for 8 years, and in my opinion, they focus 95% of the time creating a perfect story with characters, but only 5% making sure the game actually runs. And then the next one is, forget about, well, it's basically saying you have to play everything slow, you have to read everything you find, and otherwise it just has problems. So, a lot of problems.
And
Ooh.
just noticing that, nowadays where people watching other people play games is
Yeah.
a pretty big market. That part of the way they rate it, how well a game is doing, is how many people are watching other people play it on Twitch. Like this says, right now, or when this story came out, it was the 5th highest viewed game on Twitch. So not just how many people are playing it, but how many people are watching people play it.
Yeah, so that you can't get any worse publicity than in the middle of a gameplay and having a couple thousand people watch you, and then all of a sudden that thing just starts glitching and freezing and crashing. That's almost the worst.
That's like a death quell.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I now that you bring it up, Justin, I can't imagine sitting watching someone else play. I used to hate that as a kid. When it wasn't your turn to play.
Yeah. Right.
We didn't really watch. Now, if it was like somebody playing football against each other, baseball, and it was kind of, you're able to heckle somebody.
Right.
Maybe. But this is intriguing to me that people watch other people. Now, if they were trying to get better or studying their game or something like that, maybe. And I could kind of see it if it's like a Fortnite or something. I've watched Kale play Fortnite a couple of times, but only because he was playing with his friends and I knew who his friends were, and they would give each other a hard time, but not really just to kind of sit back and enjoy watching somebody play a game.
Yeah.
It was more because I knew the people playing with him.
Right. And there's, if you go on like Twitch, I mean, you can literally watch by just about any and every game on there.
I don't even know what Twitch is. What is Twitch?
It's a streaming service centered around gamers.
Okay.
And basically all they do is they just stream their play of video games.
Okay.
I've not spent a lot of time on there, but I have scrolled through, and you'd be surprised. I mean, some days you'll go in there and you can see like the latest Madden game all the way to people playing the original Tecmo Bowl on the old NES. So, I mean, it's a wide variety. You're not going to always see like the newest and greatest titles on there. Yes, you're going to see a lot of those, but then you may see something nostalgic on there as well.
Wow.
They like in all around the country, and I mean, it probably started in Japan, but now it's worldwide. I mean, they have small stadiums that they pack with huge screens, and people come in and watch other people play Fortnite, for example.
No way.
For like the best players in the world get together, and the crowd is like watching and cheering.
That's amazing.
Well, it was funny. NASCAR actually took a lead on this when COVID all started and everything shut down. NASCAR stepped up, and like a lot of the owners was shipping basically virtual units to the drivers' houses, and like they had like the steering wheel and had like 2 big screens to give them like the full rotation effect and the gas pedals and everything, and they'd sit there and on Fox Sports they actually did a virtual race
Mm-hmm.
from start to finish, and all the drivers was sitting there talking during the whole race, and it pulled huge ratings.
Interesting. Was it like real racing, or like how close could they simulate it?
It was, I mean, it was pretty close to the real thing. I mean, there's some things that you just can't adjust versus real life, but it was.
Well, I mean, did the drivers like it, I guess?
Oh, yeah, they got really into it. Actually, one driver got banned from NASCAR for a little bit and lost a bunch of sponsors because he dropped a derogatory word live on the air.
No way.
Just I guess he was just focused in the game and just kind of dropped
boy.
a word that he shouldn't have. And,
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, lost a lot, caught a lot of grief over that one.
Huh. Well, it says here Twitch is the leading live streaming video service. As of February 2020, it had 3 million broadcasters monthly, 15 million daily active users. That's crazy numbers.
Well, put it in perspective, Amazon bought them out a couple years ago. So it must be a valuable property for Amazon to dump money into it.
And so the most popular channel as of December 2020 belongs to Ninja with over 16.5 million followers.
Yeah, he's a big Fortnite star, I guess. And people are saying he's not necessarily the best player in the world, but he's a very good player and has a winning personality that people kind of glom onto.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean,
and people send money. Like,
yeah.
You can see while they're streaming, you see a little thing pop up, $5.
What? No way.
People
Yeah.
send them money just because they like tipping, basically. And they throughout the course of a game, they may make $100, couple thousand dollars per game just from people out there in the internet that can.
And there's actual people out there that's what they do for a living. Is they live stream their gameplay.
And you could send 500 to 1,000 if you wanted. I've seen
Yeah.
videos where
We're in the wrong business,
YouTubers.
boys. I'm just saying, because I don't see any dollar signs popping up on our deal here.
yeah, I've seen videos where just as kind of like a fun video, they'll send $1,000 to a random Twitch player.
Yeah.
So a Twitch player will be playing, and then they'll get, you just got $1,000.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Yeah.
Just to see their reaction. I mean, that's part of the YouTube, and then that YouTube video gets so many millions of views, and then they make all their money back. So
It's kind of a snowball
Yeah.
effect. It's like, I'll help you, and then I get kickback on the return on that one.
By golly. Yeah, definitely in the wrong business.
Yeah, we need to start getting seeing some money pop up while we're doing these.
I'm not sure that anybody would pay me to play video games, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Conan O'Brien gets paid, at least once a month to do a clip on his show, the worst video game player ever. So I mean, if we market it just right, fellas, we can make money.
Find the right marketing
Yeah.
angle. I got you. Okay. Well, story number 2, the Apple Watch. You have an update for that?
Yeah, your Apple Watch is going to tell you is one of the new updates. It has a laziness. I'm going to call it the laziness factor. The new Apple Watch is now going to warn you if your cardio fitness is low.
Really?
Yes.
So kind of checking on you as a personal trainer.
Right. So the latest iOS 14.3 and watchOS 7.2 updates have introduced a new way to measure your health, specifically your cardio fitness level. Not only can the Apple Watch users view their cardio fitness level in the Health app, but they'll also receive notifications if it falls to a low range. So if we get on a weekend binge of Netflix, your watch is going to tell you about it.
By golly.
So the update, however, can also tell what your cardio fitness is at low levels without the need for exercise. According to Apple, the watch will use multiple sensors such as the optical heart sensor, GPS, and accelerometer to estimate lower levels of cardio fitness as users simply walk around. The company says this will allow Apple Watch to measure the VO2 max for users who aren't able to compete in high-intensity workouts. So that's what I read when I read that part. I really like that. So if you're just simply walking around, so for people that can't go for an intense cardio workout, just simply walking around, they can actually help. It'll help monitor and track that.
I'm assuming you can turn it off if you don't want it.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's good for people that want to monitor their fitness and kind of keep track of that. But I don't know. I get the feeling that if you're that person, you're monitoring it anyway.
Right.
Through one of the standard fitness apps or whatever you're doing.
Although
I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I don't feel a need for a watch or anything that kind of tells me that.
I don't know, from my point, when with my Wise band,
Yeah.
when it vibrates and reminds me, hey, it's time to stretch. I do like that little reminder, because if I'm in intense working on quotes or a project, if I've been sitting at my desk for too long and get that little vibrate reminder, hey, it's time to stretch, I will get up and go outside.
Really? So that does help you?
Yeah, that does. It's a nice little kind of a
prompt.
Kind of a break to refresh batteries a little bit. Plus, a reminder's like, you've sat way too long. You need to do something. So I do like that little reminder.
Huh. Okay.
Do you know what that time period is?
It's about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But what's funny is if we're on like driving, because living in Spencer, it's an hour to get to anywhere. We're driving, and all of a sudden it's time to stretch. It's like, I'm driving. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Can you not see? I'm doing 60 miles an hour. I don't need to stretch.
Yeah. Now's not the time to stretch.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay. So I'm assuming that'll be fairly popular, though, with the group that needs it, like you're saying, that needs that little reminder, needs that prompt.
Well, from my standpoint, it's kind of rather eye-opening. I had a friend of mine, he just got a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, it will surprise you. I said, because you can't really, monkey with the numbers on that. Basically, what it tells you is the way it goes. I said, it may surprise you by how much or how little you've moved throughout the day. And in his job, there's a lot of days he's on his feet, the entire time. So I said, it may surprise you on how much you actually walk in a day's time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Soccer players always talk about, or someone will always throw out, you run 7 miles in a soccer game. And I was kind of skeptical. But one of Kale's teammates has a tracker that they use, one of the professional ones.
Yeah.
And he regularly, and he's a defensive midi, so he doesn't like sprint the full field as much as like a midfielder would or winger. But he still racks up 5 and 6 miles every game.
Wow.
I want to say the least he had was 5 miles, and that's because they beat the team up so bad he didn't play a lot.
Right.
And he didn't have to move a lot. But on the heavier games, it's easy 6 or 7 miles.
Which is something crazy, because even when you tell me that, I was like, really? When you first told me that I was like, really? They've really moved that much? But honestly, if you really stop to think about it, just, little movement just left or right, over time, those little steps add up that you just don't give any.
Well, and it's, almost 2 hours, hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes of constant play.
Yeah.
There's no breaks, there's no timeouts. It's not football where every 25 seconds you get a 25-second break.
Right.
To stand in the huddle, it's constant movement. So they're, like you said, even if they're just walking 3 or 4 steps right or left, an hour and a half of that, you're racking up steps.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, then try to just go up to a track and walk until you rack up 5 miles. You'd be like, this is taking forever.
Oh, yeah.
Boring. But yeah, if you're distracted by
it's like
the
40.
game, then you can get all that mileage in.
And don't even notice.
Easier.
Yep. So pretty neat. Okay. And you got a Peacock update.
Yes.
Fill us in.
So, it's no secret that we're fans of The Office.
Yeah.
So, Office is leaving the Netflix at the end of December and moving to the Peacock network starting January 1st.
I heard seasons 1 and 2 may still be on Netflix.
No, at January, when the clock strikes midnight on January 1st, that was over. But I don't guess they'll be standing in Times Square this year.
Really?
Well,
I know they got to make some adaptations, but surely they'll still do their show where.
Well, I'm sure they'll do the show, but you won't see a bunch of people standing in front of the street because
or will you?
Did you guys see the Macy's Thanksgiving parade?
No.
Nobody on the streets.
Really?
Yes.
How did they keep them off the streets?
Well, it's probably not too bad of a deal to do. There was like a few people strung out, but it wasn't like packed. But if you guys think about it, it's almost like how we treat the Black Walnut Festival.
Yeah.
All the locals stay home.
Yeah.
All the out-of-towners come in droves. So.
Well, we had our Christmas parade not like last week, I think, sometime.
Yeah.
Anybody see that? No.
I wasn't there. No.
No.
No, but I did see pictures online where people had actually spread out, and I think they extended it this year because they ran it all the way to Pizza Hut,
Oh wow. Okay.
which I think before they ran it to.
Yeah, just go more.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just
maybe
the end
go
of
more.
town there.
Yeah, but they ran it all the way to Pizza Hut. So anyway, so
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it worked for the Macy's Day Parade, then yeah. Huh. Interesting.
so the Office is going to Peacock exclusively. Back to,
I was just about to say, where are we?
I forgot what we were talking about. I was like, Macy's Day Parade.
How did we get here?
And then we're talking about Times Square. I don't even know what the topic was now. All right, so Peacock update
Okay.
with The Office.
Yes, so The Office is. So if you're a fan of The Office and you don't own the DVDs, or if you've been
Right.
watching strictly on Netflix, the first two, all 9 seasons are going to Peacock. So when they move over there, you'll be able to watch the first 2 seasons for free. But if you want the rest of the series, you have to sign up for the Peacock Premium membership, either the ad-supported tier or the ad-free tier. Plus, they're going to start adding a lot of bonus content to the Office setup. They're going to add, thank you, deleted scenes.
Had to give you your jump drive back.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd have forgotten. Drove it around for a couple weeks.
Well, you can tell I forgot about it. Bonus footage, unseen footage, stuff like that. And they're even actually going to add a channel on Peacock. So if you're working from home, you can turn it on and just have background noise of office noises, like people shuffling papers.
No
copiers.
way.
Yes.
It's craziness. Wait a minute. How many seasons are there?
9.
And they're only doing 1 and 2?
Well, for free. The
Yeah,
rest you have
that's
to
what I
pay
mean.
for. Yeah.
9 seasons. By golly. Okay.
So
It's amazing how popular the show is. I mean, I watch it. I have watched it. I haven't watched TV for about 6 or 7 months now, but back before I used to watch it, I liked it. I got a little lost there after several seasons because I just watched. It's always on. It was always on.
Right. Now, here is what is crazy. Let me... Okay. Brian Baumgartner, and I'm probably butchered his last name, played Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys seen the website Cameo?
No.
Okay, Cameo is where you can go in there and you can pay a fee and have a celebrity of your choosing send out a message, whether it's happy birthday, congratulations, whatever. Brian Baumgartner, this year alone, at $125 a pop, is going to make $1 million doing cameos.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, he's the highest
That's crazy.
rated celebrity on Cameo. And all they are is just little short 2-3 minute clips that you submit the information, and then they'll make a video for you, for your friends and family and whatever. And he's going to make $1 million this year off of that.
Yeah, and then you've got maybe some of the higher level celebrities that they want to charge like $1,000 for one of theirs. but
Yeah.
nobody's willing to pay it, so they don't end up making as much as someone like him.
This
Right.
says
Who does something.
who's the most expensive? Chris D'Elia, a comedian.
Yeah, that's just a joke, I think, though.
Okay.
But
How much is...
I think the Kardashians, were they on there? Or
I don't know if the Kardashians
So it
are
can
on
be
there or not.
anywhere from $5 to $2,500.
Yeah.
Who is the highest paid? So actor Brian Baumgartner.
Huh.
Yep. Portrayal Kevin earned $1 million. Yeah. By golly. That's
I
kind
wonder
of
if people
crazy.
ask him to say, hey, this is the character from The Office, or does he have to stay in character?
Well, if you go back and go into his profile, and he posts some sample videos, and during, I think it's the wedding episode, Kevin comes up and goes, "It's not Ashton Kutcher," and actually opens up a lot of the videos. It's not Ashton Kutcher, it's Brian Baumgartner.
Yeah.
So they've had an increase of 78% of new talent on board since COVID hit, and a 30% increase in the amount of cameo videos being created.
Yep. People are like, uh-oh, I got to make some extra money.
Well, and I think too though, like if you have a birthday party or something like that, you can't really. I mean, it's not popular around here to have like a clown come in or a magician or something, but you can remotely do this cameo deal.
Yeah, and so
So, yeah.
so you get Well, and this is kind of a gift for the person that has everything. It's like, I guarantee you don't have a greeting video from your favorite celebrity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or athlete or whatever.
So Gilbert Godfrey did the best in the past. And his videos are about $150 each.
Yeah, I was scrolling through here. Some of the features are Mick Foley, Debbie Gibson, Ernie Hudson.
Apparently the guy from the Tiger King cast who had his arm bitten off, he charges about $150.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Santa Claus is on here for $49.
There you go, Justin.
Competition.
Huh. Mandy Moore's joined recently. Akon, whoever that is, Akon.
A lot of celebrity impersonators on here, I see.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
Okay.
The Office even has.
So now our Peacock update just turned into a cameo update.
Yeah.
Cena's like, boys, pull it back together. Justin, what is your role here if not to keep everybody on track?
Have you used Peacock, Joseph?
Yes, I have. I downloaded the app, and I've only used the free version because I wanted to see what my limitations were. And honestly, the catalog of just free content is amazing, and just both TV shows and movies. Like, they had, when we're talking about movies, of course it's a lot of older content, but like some of the good stuff, like I had one of the Smokey and the Bandit movies. I mean, there was...
And it's all you choose while you stream, or do they have a live stream, like a
both.
continuous?
Both.
They do?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have.
Like
They have
normal TV. Almost?
Yeah, they have like Pluto TV has like they have a live section, and they have an actual on-demand section. They have my favorite channel on there is Saturday Night Live, and it's basically just rolls just little snippets of clips from episodes in the past.
Yeah.
So you'd be watching Wayne's World on one clip, and then the next one would be a classic John Belushi clip, and I mean they scatter them out.
So back to Peacock.
Yes, so if you are a fan of The Office, and
That's where you're going, huh?
yeah, that's where you're headed.
Okay. And you've talked about Peacock several times because they're making moves.
Yes.
As how big of a provider are they going to be in the game now?
Since The Office is going there,
Yeah.
huge.
So that'll make that much of an impact.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because The Office, last I heard, was still one of the top 10 viewed programs or content on Netflix.
Really?
Yes. So
That's hard. That's crazy. When did they stop doing shows?
Let me see.
I was just curious. Like, I mean, it's been a couple years though, right? Like, these are all
Oh yeah.
dated reruns. Huh. And they're not doing new shows, right?
2013.
2013, really?
Yes, they
So
started.
8 years. They're 8 years past.
Yeah, they started in 2005, and their last episode was in 2013.
That's crazy.
And they have an 8.9 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
Huh.
Yeah, here's what's crazy. Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey played Pam and Angela on The Office.
Yeah.
They have a weekly podcast where they
Huh.
go back and rewatch the entire episode and give you behind-the-scenes
Yeah.
information.
By golly.
Office gals. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
Office
Something like-
Ladies.
Office ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And
That's
yet-
pretty cool.
Yeah, and Cena and I, we actually listened to it, and it's if you're a fan of The Office, you need to go back and listen to it,
Yeah.
because they give you a lot of stuff to go back and watch. Like, they'll say, okay, this timestamp, look for this, and you go back and it's like, I never even looked for that. So now when Cena and I sit down and watch, we'll start watching the background to see if we can catch what they mentioned or something that they may have missed.
Right. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, that's our 3 news updates, and you got a product review. I'm kind of excited about this because it. Now, last time you brought in a product review, you had the cords and everything, but you still left with it. You didn't leave it with me or Justin to get our take on the product review. So is today going to be any different?
Well, no, I can leave it, but you guys don't have all the components, and that's not my fault on
That's
this one.
normally how this deal goes down. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about today? What's your product review?
The Arlo Security Light. And
Okay.
if you're a fan of the Arlo products, or if you know anything about the Arlo products, you know their claim to fame is wire-free setup.
I don't know anything about them. So
Okay, so Arlo is Netgear's brand of home security devices. Security cameras, security lights, things like that. Doorbells, video, audio doorbells. And the Security Light has fallen into that category. Arlo first made their splash as the world's first 100% wire-free camera, and they were indoor-outdoor grade security cameras, and that's the first set of security cameras we bought that weren't wired was
Right.
Arlo, and we fell in love with them. And the batteries on, and the model we got was Arlo Pro, and they had rechargeable batteries, so you didn't
Yeah.
have to go buy batteries all the time. You just pull the camera off the mount because they were magnetic mount.
Oh, wow.
You just pull them off the mount, charge it for a couple hours, stick them back on there, and you're good for a few weeks.
Really, a few weeks.
Yes. So
Okay.
back in January, they released the Arlo Security Light. And it was, and same claim, 100% wire free, and actually had a lot more bells and whistles with it. So not only is it wire free, but it's fully customizable, as in you can make it flash, you can manually turn it on and off, you can have it set to motion detect, and you can adjust the width of the beam, and you can even change colors of the light as well.
Really?
And it's just a little LED light, and it's weather resistant, so it's set for outdoor grade conditions, and has a rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
And when the battery life on this is amazing.
Really? And it's not solar charged or anything?
No,
Why would they not do solar, I wonder?
you can buy solar panels. Yeah, you can buy the solar panels. They're sold separately.
Yeah. Okay.
We bought this light in January. I set it up about the middle of January, and we didn't have to charge it until about mid-August.
Really?
And the only reason I'd say it probably would have went longer, but we was doing a lot of work and where we had it hang, and in the evening it was getting kicked on and off constantly,
Yeah.
about 2 hours every evening.
Huh.
So it killed the battery pretty quick on that, but we didn't have to charge it. It took 8 months to completely drain the
Wow.
battery.
Pass it over here and let me.
Okay.
I'll hold it in front of the camera there. So.
Pretty lightweight.
Yes.
Yeah, it is small. It's a little Arlo camera.
No, there's no camera.
Or sorry, Arlo Light.
Yes.
You can see the light. Arlo.
What kind of,
Little. This is a mount port.
is it like a micro USB to charge it, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little rubber flap on the bottom. You just open it up, and there's the micro USB port.
Yeah. Is there
Do
two
you
ports
use it-
there?
I don't think so.
Do you use it as one, kind of like, when you go outside, helps you, it just automatically lights up your way so you can see where you're going at night, or?
Yeah, we actually have it mounted right above our office door. So if I'm going up to the office at night, I don't have to worry about not being able to see, because it has this motion sensor on it. Has great distance. So I'm halfway up the sidewalk to our office, and then it kicks on. So I don't even have to worry about trying to.
This one doesn't even have the battery, Joe. Is
Well,
that-
it wouldn't matter because it has to be linked to the base station to turn it on and off. So even if I put the battery in there, we couldn't do anything with
I was
it.
gonna say, how are Justin and I going to test this out? And there's no battery.
Well, the battery's in the box.
This is a sham.
What's this? Is this just a
That's the-
mounting type
Yep,
thing?
yep,
on the
that's the
back?
mounting bracket on
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, we never
Yeah.
get to try out the cool stuff.
No, there is another. It looks like another mount on the bottom,
Yeah, it has some sort of.
extra mounting bracket.
Yeah.
Changing adjustable width of the beam. That's cool.
Yeah,
Cool
that is
feature.
nice. You can kind of tone it down if it's shining in a window or going to be in your eyes when you kind of go by it. Yeah.
Yes,
Is
so,
that just this way or up and down too? Or?
just left and right
Left
wideness.
and right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can even link it with an Arlo camera. So if you have it mounted, like my cousin has one, he has it over his garage. He has the camera, then he has the light right above it, and we linked them up. So at nighttime, if the light kicks off, the camera automatically kicks off with it.
Right.
So then it's recording exactly what kicked the light off, so you can
Yeah.
see.
Hmm.
And then it has motion detection alerts. So anytime there's motion detected, regardless of day or night, during the daytime it has a dusk to dawn sensor on it. So during the day, to save battery, it will not kick a light on,
Right.
but it will still notify you, hey, motion detected on the light.
Really
Yes,
interesting. Man, they've come so far with this stuff now.
I know. And actually, I went on the Arlo website last night just to get an update, and it looks like they're trying to possibly discontinue this model, or they're just out of stock. possibly more out of stock than anything,
Yeah.
because they were completely sold out, and they dropped the price tremendously originally. So we're gonna play The Price is Right. So when this product originally released, how much do you guys think it would cost?
I'm gonna go with $19.99.
Now this is
Oh
not
no,
wise. This is a wise, Justin.
yeah. I was gonna say this is Arlo, man. It's and then originally, how long ago was that, roughly?
Back it was in January.
Okay, so this just came out like within the last year or two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say at least $50.
Yeah, I was gonna say $49.99.
Just because the battery, if the battery lasts that long and it's that new, and it's wireless and it's that smart, yeah, I gotta say at least 50 to 75. I think would be safe.
Original MSRP $149.99.
What?
Yes.
All right, you know what I'm doing now?
Oh yeah. But as of last night, I went and checked and seen where they dropped price tremendously. But I mean, the features on it was great.
So okay, I'm gonna go to Wise. Just to have a comparison. Do they have a light?
I don't think they do, at least not yet.
Okay, they just got a camera.
And speaking of Wise, did you guys see the new home security system Wise has now?
No.
Yes, they are offering a home security system with a monthly fee of $5 a month. And if you sign up for the first year of service, they'll send you the starter pack of equipment for free.
Wow. You know, all our conversations. So here's the problem that I see with most products that you bring in here. We
That
compare.
Wise doesn't sponsor all of it?
Well, but that I compare them to Wise.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, how do you beat Wise in whatever they're doing here? You know, whether it be watches, cameras, now home security systems.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's funny. Arlo's the first one on the scene and says, "Hey, watch this." Now Wise is stepping in and literally saying, "Hey, watch this. We can do it cheaper."
Yeah, I mean, they have headphones, and of course the thermostat, the lock. Now they got a vacuum robot, one of the little
Roomba-like.
yeah, Roomba-like vacuums, a scale, light bulbs, the smart bulbs, and the smart plugs, sprinkler controller. Who ever thought of a sprinkler controller? How's that popular?
Apparently, it must be more
Yeah.
popular than what.
Set it and forget it, and then your lawn's taken care of with the watering.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, they have a professional monitoring meets your smart home. Wise home monitoring.
So wait, did you see what the price had dropped down to now?
About $60.
Okay.
About
Okay.
half the price.
All right.
Wow, they cut it in half.
Well, what they did is their new version of the Arlo 3 camera. They offer a version that has the light built in.
Yeah,
So
that
they-
makes sense. That's kind of what I kept saying camera because I can't believe you have all those features in a light but not a camera.
Right.
Whatever engineer thought of that, they should have fired. Been
Well,
like,
it looks
listen,
good on
dude,
paper.
that's a lot of trouble for just a light.
Yeah, it looked good on paper.
I mean, I guess I think about it and I'm like, we have the cameras in our daycares. They have night vision, so you don't really need a light other than to like alert someone that they are being seen.
Right.
But even then, with motion detecting lights, those kick off, and you can buy those for cheap, $20.
Right.
But I mean, I guess the wirelessness makes it a little valuable, but I don't know. I'm not okay. Anyway, we'll let you do your review on this. So pros, let's go with pros because I'm dying to get to where this is going to go.
The pros, the battery life.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Went at least 8 months before I had to do the first charge. And the brightness. Now, like I said, I don't have, we can't turn it on in the studio because it's not linked with the base station, but I can at least show you guys. Now, it won't be able to see it on live view, but here's my office.
So here, hand it over and I'll hold it up.
Here's what our office looked like with just that light and pitch black.
Yeah, you can see it. That's pretty good, really. Huh. I mean, yeah, that's covering a lot of ground.
Well, and the distance from where I'm standing to the door, that's where it
Kind of ended.
well, that's where
But you're
the motion sensor started picking me
okay,
up at.
yeah.
So
I was
I
gonna
wasn't at the bottom of the stairs. I was.
No, you're 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Did you adjust the beam at all?
No, that's
That's standard. Or
yeah, that's right out of the
default?
box, full beam, wide
Standard
open.
setting?
Yeah.
So if you had it to do all over again, would you spend the money on it?
Oh, I'd still keep. Oh, I still use it. Yeah, I
Okay.
love it.
Okay.
And the easiness to customize, where you change the color, the beam.
Yeah.
Literally, you just open the app. You can manually turn it on, and you can set it to stay on for a certain amount of time. Or you can adjust your beam. I mean, the customization on it is amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still. The first thing I did is turn around and look at the Wise website and like,
Wise, if you're watching,
yeah,
we need a light.
yeah. Well, or I mean, I don't know. Okay.
Which would not surprise me if they was in the works on their own.
Yeah, I got to think that they're because now doing a home security kit. How do you not have a home security kit and not have like a motion detecting light of some sort?
Right.
Because it looks like they have two open things, like a door opens and a little magnetic deal, and then some sort of home base, and then a keypad, and then whatever this square thing is.
Motion sensor.
Okay, yep, motion sensor. And it covers your whole, yep, motion sensor. Yeah, entry sensors. That's what they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. So what the old ADT, used to have the
Yeah. ADT is still around, but companies like Simply Safe and now Wise
Simply Safe,
have
that's
really put
Yeah.
a thumping on
oh yeah.
an ADT.
So okay, now I clicked over to Amazon. So they got the Arlo lights, $59.99, $55.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they got a Arlo Pro 3 floodlight camera.
Yeah, that's the new camera they
Yep,
had.
$189. Oof.
Yeah.
And you can get 2 Arlo home security lights for $200. Okay, or 3 for $324. Jeez, that's just so. I can't imagine spending $324 for 3 home smart security lights.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Wow.
But now, so you ready for the cons?
Well, hold on. Is that all the pros? Go over the pros
Yeah.
again. The battery
life, brightness,
Yep.
and the ease
of
of customization.
Customization. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good. I was distracted by Wise. Sorry. Eventually, I'm going to order some Wise products.
I thought you already did.
No, I put them in my cart, but I didn't actually pull the trigger.
Dave.
I know. I'm a tightwad, especially when it comes to stuff like that.
I am too, but it's Wise. I mean, Wise is the reason we're tight was because we won't pay retail on anything else because Wise has a price down so affordable. So the cons, it's one con, it's a big con. The initial setup is a pain in the neck because it comes with, you get the light, you have to buy the starter kit. So the starter kit includes the light and then its own base station to link it to, when then that base station links with your main Arlo base. So trying to get the initial base station to link with your main Arlo base station, it's kind of cumbersome at times. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it's a 10-minute process, and then try to get the light to link with that base station is a chore. They walk through the instructions. Oh, it's an easy 10-minute process. I've set up 3 of these, and the quickest one was about 30 minutes.
Each time?
Each time.
Wow. Valuable time.
I was gonna say, what takes so long?
Whatever. There's some kind of glitch in the software because when I set it up at the office, I thought, okay, maybe it's my network where I have my security stuff in place. It's like, okay, maybe that's what's messing with it. So I went and helped my cousin set his up, completely different network. His did the same thing. I thought, okay, well that's good. Then maybe there is something going on. I thought, well, he has some security stuff on his network too. Maybe that's what it is. So we went and did it on a customer install a few weeks ago, and the exact same thing happened. But once you get them to link, it's beautiful. It's perfect. You have 0 issues after that. But trying to get over that hurdle is a pain in the neck. And literally, all you have to do is turn on the base station, link it with your main box, and then on the camera here, you open the battery panel, and there's a QR code on the back that you take the picture of through the app for it to read and link it with your account. And basically, that should be all that you need to do. And from what I've ran into, you've had to do it 3 or 4 times to actually get it to link properly.
The crazy part is, like, you're a tech guy.
Yeah.
So that scares me for the average person that may or may not know, or an older person.
Right. But once it's set up, like I said, we've not had any issues with it.
So yeah, it's a con though, because you're definitely frustrated that the time it took to do that.
Yeah, because that's one of my thoughts was
just
like,
work.
okay, if I'm having this kind of trouble, I can't imagine what everybody else is running into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Google Nest Cam for my brother for Christmas last year, and yeah, it gave us a lot of headaches too, just that initial setup, and then once it's set up, no
So it was
problems.
flawless after it was set up, but just trying to get to that point.
Yeah, doing hard resets on it just would not recognize it. It wouldn't pop up like it was supposed to. And their technical support or their website didn't really give you much. It's just like, here's how you do it. We're like, yeah, we did all that, and it didn't work, and then you're just kind of at a dead end. And I think he may have ended up having to get a replacement. There was something going on with the
So it was an actual-
firmware in it, maybe.
Yes, that's what drives me nuts is if you run into an issue and basically the support is, well, it should work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it should work, but that's why we're having this conversation, because obviously it didn't.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm trying to gauge on what rating you're going to give this,
Okay,
but I'm not sure how big a con that is. I'm still kind of torn because you're a technology guy.
right.
And I feel like if you have problems, but I don't know how much you're going to hold that against the product because of a non-technology person running into issues.
Right.
So how much of an issue do you think that'd be for a non-technology person? Like, is it just a simple, just keep going through it until it works?
Yeah, it took about 3 tries for it to finally process through, and then once it was linked, never another issue.
Right. So about 3 tries. That's not terrible then, I guess, especially if you're just doing the same thing. Like, you didn't work any technology guru magic, right?
No, there was no voodoo magic involved.
Okay, just basically just keep doing the
Right.
pattern. Okay. All right, well, what's your rating then?
4 stars.
Really?
Yes.
I kind of thought maybe 3. I thought you were going to go middle of the road.
Well, I was going to go 3, but literally once you jump that hurdle, it is so nice, and there's no worries, no issues, no dropouts after it's set up.
Well, how often do you customize it? Like, have you changed the light color or beam or anything like that?
Just playing with it initially, I did.
But
Now,
after that?
like for Halloween, I did change it to orange for trick-or-treaters, but
Really?
other than that, I've not used it. I mean, I've not used the customizations.
Do you think that's a viable product that makes it great?
Yeah, I mean,
Even though you don't use it that much, it's still
well,
appealing?
now I used the light. The light's used.
Well, I meant
all
like the
time.
customization.
Yeah, because if you get it out of the box and you don't like a big wide beam of light, if you want to just kick it down, to just more of a straight beam, you open the app, you set it, you're done.
Yeah.
And then if you decide down the road, hey, I want to change colors or I want to set it back to the full floodlight,
Right.
it's
Okay.
it's not an issue to make those changes on the fly.
Gotcha. So,
And you could
4
just turn it
stars.
on totally remotely if you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can turn it on right now.
Mm-hmm.
If the one we have at the office, I can
Yeah.
set it up right
yeah.
now.
If he'd have brought all the stuff so we could borrow it, we could have turned it on. Yeah, let's see how this is. Huh. Okay, so 4 stars. By golly, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe's scale.
It's one of
Joe's getting soft in
top-tier
his old
products.
age. He's getting soft in his old age, I think.
No,
I mean, how long have you had it? You've had it for
almost a year.
almost a year, so that's a good time. Good time period of a review. So
Right.
And 8 months on battery life. That is incredible. That's probably worth 4 stars by itself.
Yeah, that's what sold me was the battery life.
Yeah.
That was a big
Yeah.
sell for me.
Huh. Okay. By golly. All right. Anything else you want to throw in there about it?
That pretty much covers everything on the Arlo Security Light.
Have you read any reviews about people talking about the solar option? The folks.
The solar panels,
Yep.
they actually sell the solar panels.
Wonder
and
how much. Do you know how much those are? Off the top of your head?
I'm wanting to say around 40 to 60. Let me look real quick. About $80 for the solar panel.
Holy cow.
Would
I wonder
that-
if if you could just go get like a general one from Harbor Freight or something.
Now I do know because we actually set some up for a customer. You can go on Amazon and get generic or different branded that are made for the Arlo. They're made for the Arlo, but they're not Arlo branded.
Mhm.
They're compatible with Arlo brands for for a much affordable price.
Do you know if one panel could charge like 3 of those lights, or just one to one?
1 to 1, the way
Yeah.
they're wired up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they have some like 2 watt, 6 volt solar panels for, says compatible with Arlo for $40.
Yeah, so that's not bad. But
No.
I mean, the cameras.
You don't
you
have to
said,
charge it, though.
If I was going to do it, it would probably be for the cameras. And honestly, we go a few weeks on a single charge on the camera, so it's not a real big deal. But there are times when I get that alert that this camera's battery is low. That I'm like, I have to go get it.
Yeah, and charge it for however long.
Yeah, 'cause I don't
How long
have-
does it take to charge?
A couple hours.
That's not bad.
But I don't have them strung right around my house since they're wire free. I have them on trees and all
Yeah.
that. So
You track it down.
Honey, I gotta go climb a tree.
Yeah, yeah.
With the camera.
well, it was funny.
Be
I
careful.
was helping my dad set theirs up, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this one all the way up on top." And they have a big 2-story house. He said, "I'm gonna put ours all the way up towards the top." I said, "So you're telling me that you're gonna go get the ladder,
Yeah.
your big 12-foot ladder,
Yeah.
in the middle of January, 3 foot of snow, 20 below, you're gonna go get that?" Well, maybe we need to bring it down just a hair. I think, there you go.
Well, and would it even reach the ground? 20 feet from the top of the house to the ground? That would eat up a lot of the detection area, I would think.
Yeah, because it could pick up almost anything.
Or just
Or just to be too far away for something on the ground.
Well, true. Yeah, but I had to laugh. I was like, okay, Dad, you
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
remember that these aren't wired. This is why you want this, because there's no
Yeah,
wires. It's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, maybe we need to pull it down just a
Yeah,
hair.
yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, if anybody has any questions on any of the things we talked about today, we talked about Cyberpunk video game 2077, the Apple Watch update, and the Peacock update with them taking The Office over, except for season 1 and 2 that you have to pay for. And then, of course, product update on Arlo. So if someone, that's what I see. Someone's like, yeah, I need some of the Arlo lights and cameras, and Joe, you got to help me set them up.
Right, and we do that all the time for customers.
Yeah, how they get a hold of you?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at amdigitaltech for all that. And be sure to download, subscribe to the podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We are on all the major podcasting platforms, and we've actually moved our podcast platform over to Anchor.
Yeah.
Anchor.fm. So if you are subscribed to the old feed, you may need to update your feed to get our newest episodes.
Nice. All right. And then of course, we have Justin here with us today again. So Justin, a regular cast member of the show, bringing his Santa hat in for the month of December.
Yep.
So I'm excited because I kind of expect, after December, what are you going to throw on? Got Jennifer, are you going to do anything for like month of February?
Yeah, I'll try to come up with something.
Yeah. Keep adding that element.
Yep.
All right. Well, this is David, and you've been listening to our Help Desk with Joe podcast with our host here, Joe McDonald with A&M Digital Technologies, along with Patch Turned Up. Stay tuned in for more podcasts, music, news, updates from our Patch students here at our Patch studio, and then Patch, Community and Children First. And a big thanks to A&M Digital Technologies that powers everything behind the scenes. And Joe, you actually were working on computers today. We had a computer crash, and one of our older ones that you're about to replace, but it's on its last legs, so keeping you busy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe, Justin, thank you all very much, and this will wrap up show number 42 of Help Desk with Joe. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. So
We are off the air.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Still doing the Facebook one, man.
Okay.
Facebook Live. Yeah. So show number 42, Help Desk with Joe. You've been watching Joe, Justin, and myself here on our Patch Facebook page. Thanks for joining in with us. And as always, big thanks to A&M Digital Technologies for powering all our stuff behind the scenes. And big thanks for Joe and Justin for coming in and making this podcast happen in person, live today. And we'll be back next week. So everybody have a great week. And thanks for watching our Help Desk with Joe, show number 42.
Okay, did you record in OBS?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and stop that as well if you don't care.
Yep, good call.
So, another bit of office trivia.